That was awful. I'm never going back down there, that's for damn sure.
Hello, and welcome back to Cindered Shadows. Sorry if I cut off the first line of dialogue there. Anyway, we just wrapped up Chapter 4, the Escape chapter, and now we're going to do stuff with that chalice, I guess, or something. Let's find out.
With things like that wandering around, you couldn't even if you wanted to.
These are both dumb things to say.
Aren't you optimistic? There were a few times I was sure we were done for.
Has Ulfric yet returned? We must present the chalice to the church at once.
You're all safe? How could you sneak off at a time like this?
Some strangers from the outside have kidnapped Master Ulfric.
Oh, figures.
Ulfric? No, it cannot be true.
It happened as soon as he returned from the monastery. Bandits were lying in wait.
Damn it! How could this happen?
This was clearly premeditated. I am certain it is connected to the bandits we fended off earlier.
Have you alerted the church?
Not yet. It all happened so suddenly. Do you think we should? Can we trust them? If we cause too much trouble, Abyss is doomed.
Now isn't the time to worry about that. We're in no position to cover something like this up. The church has eyes and ears everywhere, so they may already know what's going on. Either way, go and tell them the news. Now.
Sure thing. Understood.
Also, if anyone was wounded, send them here. We'll patch them up with healing magic. Wait, where's Happy? And Linhart?
Happy, wherever did you disappear to? Ulfric has been...
I know. Take a look at this.
What's that? Looks like some kind of fancy letter.
That's because it is. It was lying in the classroom. We have abducted Cardinal Ulfric. We can guarantee his safety, for now.
Okay, I think they did mention at some point that he was a cardinal, but I guess I kind of mentally glossed over that. But I was just remembering the fact that there's that room that you end up tutoring in after the time skip. It's like the cardinal's room or whatever. You know, you never see anybody going in and out of that. You never see any cardinals in any other context. But it is mentioned at the beginning of the game, I think it's by Tomas, that like the cardinals are like the very secretive like people who are in charge of the church. I always kind of figured that was like something that Rhea was just like making up to like make it seem like she had like other people involved in like extra authority or whatever. Like, oh yeah, the cardinals said I should do whatever. Like, they sure did approve of this thing that I'm gonna do or whatever. But maybe not. Maybe there actually are cardinals. But in that case, it's kind of weird that they're not like around at some point. I don't know.
If you want to help him, meet us tomorrow evening in the ruins of the old chapel. Bring the chalice. Know that if you alert the knights, the Cardinal's life will be forfeit.
Could it be...
No doubt about it. This letter must have been left by the people who abducted Ulfric.
Well, obviously.
Our enemy really is after the chalice. All the while, they were waiting for us to locate it for them. No. Something about this does not ring true.
None of it rings true. So which part in particular are you talking about?
How did the enemy know that we were searching for the chalice to begin with? This can only mean that someone in Abyss is...
You smell a rat. Someone who notified the church of our plan. It's no good talking about theoretical rats right now. First, we have to deal with the problem at hand.
Too true. For once, you are speaking reasonably.
Well, I hope that the rat isn't as underwhelming as it was in Verdant Wind, when it's just like some random soldier. Like, we've got a spy in our midst, and there's just like a generic soldier like shown for like 2 seconds on screen, and then it's like, oh, okay, I guess that's it. Oh no! 19 times? Disaster.
Really? Elfric's been taken hostage. Who could do such a dishonorable thing? It doesn't matter. Abyss needs him. We've got to form a rescue party. I just hope we're not getting in over our heads. We don't exactly know what we're dealing with.
Yeah, that's true about all of this. Rusted gauntlets. I don't know why they're giving me all these rusted weapons. Like, I guess maybe is forging rusted weapons into regular weapons cheaper than just repairing your existing weapons? I guess I don't actually know. And there's still nobody in here.
Okay.
Thing over here. Nope.
If you ask me, we can't expect to just mosey on by, hand over the chalice, and make it out alive. Nothing sounds better than saving Elfric and roughing up the jerks who took him. It's just, well, as the relentless king of grappling, I'll be fine. But I'm worried about the others.
They'll be fine too. I want to know what's back there, even though I know it's nothing. This is what I was talking about earlier with like level design. I'm like, ooh, look, there's stairs. There's something up there.
Hey there. The Ashen Wolves are strong, but I don't think even they can do this on their own. You'll lend them a hand, won't you, Professor? Please, save Elfric.
All right.
It's gotten pretty dangerous around here, so we've sent all the children back to their homes. I hope Elfric's all right.
All right. I think we've got some. Well, I know we've got some bullion to sell.
This one? Thank you. This one? Thank you. This one? Thank you. This one? Thank you. Please
That
come
is not
again.
a whole lot of money.
What do you require?
Replenish my battalions.
Farewell.
And let's see if we have any weapons that
Hey there.
need repairing. Yeah. Actually, maybe we forge this guy. Yeah, that looks good.
Is this it? There you go.
Repair this.
Is this it? There you go.
I guess we don't have to repair that yet. Maybe.
Is this it? There you go.
Should we forge Hilda's hand axe? That leaves me with rather few smithing stones. I don't think I will.
Come back anytime.
Wish I could buy more smithing stones,
Welcome.
but I cannot.
Come back soon.
Perhaps.
I see. So it turns out old Elfric is a cardinal, huh? Hard to imagine such an important figure getting abducted. And whoever took him somehow knows we have the chalice. I bet they know how to use the thing, too. I doubt they just plan to decorate their mantle with it.
I'd like to see the chalice. Like, where are we keeping it? Who's actually holding on to it?
According to the legend that Elfric shared with us, the chalice has the power to bring back the dead. Are his captors hoping to resurrect someone? Or perhaps they simply intend to sell it for an exorbitant payoff.
Well, somebody plans to resurrect someone, and presumably somebody that isn't just Rhea.
The identities of the cardinals are a closely guarded secret of the church. Yet Elfric's status was disclosed in that letter. Could this signal a power struggle within the church? Or perhaps that's what they want us to believe. Either way, we should pay close attention.
I guess it's possible he's not actually a cardinal.
We were hoping the chalice would protect Abyss, but it's the reason Elfric got captured. That's ironic. The people here really adore him. I'm sure they'd appreciate our help getting him back. Then again, are we getting too involved? Maybe we should leave before we make things any worse.
That's actually a fair point.
Let's see.
Hey, the leader of the group that took Elfric. I've seen him before. He wouldn't hesitate to slaughter an entire town if he stood to gain even a little by it. His laugh chills me to the bone.
I wonder why he's still single.
No. I have seen nothing. I have been here, in this place where I always am. You cannot think it was me who did something. I am full of innocence.
That was, I am full of innocence is a rather Petra way of saying that. Maybe she's from Bridget.
Let's see.
I'm clearly missing some conversations. Oh, they're up here.
Interesting. I was speaking with Happy earlier, and it dawned on me that she may possess a unique crest.
No kidding.
Perhaps it's linked to the Four Apostles. If so, then in the chasm... No, there isn't enough to back that up. Hmm? Oh, sorry, Professor. I need to think on this longer before sharing my theories.
Hey you, listen up. I've got something to report. And it's me. I'm a failure. A farce. An insult to the noble title of Abyss Keeper. Master Elfric's done so much for me. I wanted to pay him back one day, but instead, I let this happen. I'll never make this up to him. Yeah, I'm disgusted with myself. Don't look at me, I'm a monster.
It's okay, man. Calm down. Nobody's in the library? Man, I really want there to be more going on in here. Feels like wasted potential. Opportunity, whatever.
Elfric is a prominent figure in the church. If the Archbishop hears what happened, she might send the Knights of Seros. That'd make things complicated. Folks down here don't trust her.
It all happened so fast. They forced their way in and took Elfric. There was nothing I could do. We all wanted to fight, but Elfric stopped us. He always thinks of others first, even if it means sacrificing himself.
I do like that there's consistent people to converse with. Like, you got this guy in the bar, you got the old man, you got the amorous rogue lady, the Abyss Keeper, the woman over there, and by over there I mean over there, mysterious woman. It's more interesting than, like, having, you know, to give them just a little bit of characterization relative to the people you run into in the monastery, where there's just, like, you know, random people saying lines and you don't really know anything about them.
Things were dicey for a bit there. Gotta say, I'm relieved that no harm befell anyone in Abyss.
Except for
We've
Elfric.
made sure that the elderly and children are hidden in their homes. They need to stay safe.
Except for the old man that we talked to, but whatever.
Comes naturally to me. When I say jump, my rogues jump. That's why they call me boss. So that's the deal. People are safe for now. But I can't shake the feeling that something's just off. All we can do at this point is focus on the problem staring us in the face.
We've got to get Alfie back. I was abducted once, when I was younger. My captor used me as a test subject in her twisted experiments. Maybe we can just give them the chalice and they'll release him unharmed.
Okay, so you were experimented on too, but you don't have white hair or whatever. But still, one wonders if that's related to like the Lysithea and Edelgard stuff. Also, is it just me or is her voice actress kind of quiet? Like, I have a little bit more trouble hearing her voice lines than I do other people's.
Might I have a word? It concerns the Blackguards who abducted Elfric. I alluded to it before, but I sincerely believe there is a spy in Abyss.
Yeah.
We're in agreement then? Yuri is exceedingly devoted to his friends, but there are times that he can be a bit too trusting.
Alright, I guess at this point we've pretty well established that I don't need to continue exploring. We did go check out the rusted shop thing, so move on.
We really lucked out there. Fewer injuries than I would have expected, and most were minor.
I suppose the only conclusion we can draw is that they really were after Elfric all this time.
Perhaps they were instructed to avoid unnecessary casualties.
Is that Elfric guy really a cardinal? Are the secret cardinals really a thing? I thought that was a myth.
Hard to believe. Did you folks in the Ashen Wolves know that?
No, that's news to me. The identity of the cardinals is top secret, even within the church. He never would have told us something like that. Oh, except maybe Yuri.
He and I talk about a lot of things. But right now, I'd say we have more important topics to discuss than his title. Elfric's been kidnapped. What are we going to do about it?
Even if it is in the name of rescuing him, we simply cannot hand over the chalice to those scoundrels.
Let's just give them the thing and be done with it.
Professor, I came as fast as I could when I heard the report. I had no idea you'd be here.
Is this loud, excitable knight a friend of yours?
You humble me, Professor. I'm Alois. I serve the church as a knight of Seros. Now, about Elfric's kidnapping. Since he's an important member of the church, we must use any means necessary to find him. That said, most of the Holy Knights have been deployed to deal with the Western Church.
Yeah, in the wake of the Lonato stuff.
Any knights are better than no knights, yeah?
I like your attitude, though I'm still embarrassed that we're not in full force. But hey, at least we're quite forceful.
Here, take this letter. We believe it was left by whoever.
Love people reacting to Alois's jokes.
The enemy clearly spells out their plan. They're after a chalice that was hidden beneath Abyss.
A chalice? A chalice? Ah, do you mean the chalice? But no, why would it be there? I've never heard anything about it being stowed away in Abyss.
Then this is gonna come as a shock, pal.
What in the goddess's name? Is that really the chalice from the legends?
The probability of that is unassailably high, yes.
It was guarded by a bunch of giant creepy toys. There was powerful magic protecting it and everything.
If you say so. Wow. That means the story about the chalice being bound was true. Well, what's done is done. Oh, but I guess it's not done just yet. I must report this to Lady Rhea at once.
Well, does that mean he's not going to hang around with us?
Cindered Shadows. Betrayal.
Oh, is this going to be a chapter about Takumi?
So that is what transpired.
Oh, well, okay, we're just in the audience chamber now. Okay.
Of beginnings. It matches the descriptions and the few records of it that remain.
Don't beat around the bush. What's our punishment?
You removed a most sacred treasure.
Truly, it is my obligation to mete out punishment for that transgression. However, you also helped the church locate a valuable artifact. In light of this good deed, I shall forgive the bad one. I do wonder... I am wondering whether your presence had anything to do with the artifact's unbinding, Professor.
No.
As per the Church Chronicles, the four apostles secured the chalice with powerful magic. The only way to release the chalice is by using the four crests passed down through their bloodlines. However, given the special power you possess, perhaps you were able to unlock it yourself. There is no knowing at present.
There is some
For
knowing.
the time being, I will keep the chalice somewhere safe. As for Elfric, I assure you that the knights will find and return him in due time. I consider him to be one of my many children, after all. I will not allow harm to befall him.
Lady Rhea, might I ask a moment of your time? We cannot be expected to give up our endeavor. The enemy stated most clearly that if the knights are involved, our dear Elfric is finished. We owe him so much. If there is any possibility that his life is in danger, the risk is too great to chance.
True. The knights are strong and all, but they're liable to get him killed. We can take care of it, with Chatterbox's help.
Our professor has the strength of 100 knights, or about 1.5 of me. We've got this. How about it, Rhea? We've been through too damned much to get here. Leave the chalice and Elfric to us. You won't regret it.
Lady Rhea, please.
I want to know who Chatterbox is supposed to be. Is it a sarcastic reference to Byleth? Or... I don't know who else she could be referring to, but it's would be a pretty weird nickname.
If you join your power with theirs, yes, perhaps there is hope. As you wish, I shall entrust you with the chalice.
Your Grace, the chalice is a legendary treasure.
Why isn't it
Just hand it over
Seth
to those
saying
underground-
this?
That is quite enough. There is no cause to worry, I assure you. There will be no further discussion on the matter. Even if we lost hold of the chalice, it would be impossible for the thieves to make use of it. Though it was created to return a life that was lost, I doubt that anyone alive knows how to accomplish that feat. If someone were to successfully replicate the ritual, it would perhaps be the work of fate.
Hey, boss. Been meaning to ask. How'd you end up down here in Abyss?
What is this? Some sort of interrogation?
Yeah, you've never been big on sharing. I mean, you know all about me, and there's still so much I don't know about you.
Look, I get it. Talking about the past isn't easy. But I'm curious, yeah? So get to it. I've got all day.
Do you now? Well, I guess now's as good a time as any to tell you. I'm here because I killed some people from the church.
Well, that doesn't seem like a big deal.
Originally, I attended the academy as Count Ro's adopted kid.
Count Ro? Oh, he's the old... No, wait. He's the leader of the house that Gwendol, that old Great Knight, is serving, or served, whatever.
There came a point when the church ordered me to wipe out some members from my old gang. Told me it was part of some important mission.
Who is this old gang you speak of?
So you're basically
They were
Ash
nothing more
version,
than
or
common
the
thieves
beta
and
version of
some
Ash.
Constance. Anyway, they're like family to me. So naturally, I protested my orders. Things got pretty heated, and, well, the rest is history.
That's some story, pal. You're damn lucky they didn't execute you.
You're telling me. Elfric stepped in and implored them to spare my life. Told them to consider the circumstances. It's not so different for the rest of you. I'm sure he helped all of us out in different ways.
He did. I was about to be thrown in the monastery's underground jail. People thought I was dangerous, what with my gift and all. It's dark and dingy here, but it sure beats a prison cell. Elfie really saved my neck.
Back to the point. Balthus, what was it you were so curious about? You had ideas regarding why our enemies may be clawing after the chalice, perhaps?
No, nothing like that. But I am hung up on something Rhea said. That binding on the chalice was linked to the 4 apostles, yeah? I know I've got Chevalier's...
Sorry, but mind if I cut in?
What is it? Can't you see we're busy?
I can, but I just remembered something. Something important. Specifically, the names of the apostles. Oban, Chevalier, Noah, and Timotheus. The 4 apostles whose bloodlines were lost to time. I figured the Ashen Wolves might have thoughts about all that.
No use hiding it now, Constance. Let's lay all of our cards on the table. As for me, I've got the major crest of Chevalier. When I enrolled at the academy, the church ordered me to keep that tidbit to myself. So I did.
Mm-hmm. And I've got the major crest of Oban. Never did sort out how it is I have this thing.
As for me, the blood of Saint Noah courses through my veins. This is kept hidden, even from the Empire.
Which probably means mine's from Timotheus. I do have a vague recollection of being told my crest is rare.
So the 4 crests, which were presumed lost, have all been gathered into the same house.
It was all part of the
Thanks to our
plan.
buddy Elfric, it would seem.
Yeah.
And now Elfric has been abducted. Why could that be? If it was the chalice they were after, they could have stolen it from us without the need for anything sly.
Maybe someone had it out for him. Or maybe he messed around with the wrong people.
Or it could just be unrelated entirely. We're trying to untangle this mess by tying more knots into it. I mean, Balthus, you landed here on accident, didn't you? It's not like that's linked to the rest of us. And I could just as easily have never ended up down here, you know? You're jumping at shadows. Anyway, we don't have time for this. Let's get our act together and head to the chapel ruins.
No, there's no way Elfric didn't have something in mind when he gathered them together. No way. Maybe Elfric's the one who wants the chalice. Or one of the people who wants the chalice. I don't know.
Professor.
Oh, they restored it again? That's interesting. Wait, now we're doing another exploration phase? What the heck? Okay.
We go to all that trouble bringing Lady Rhea a priceless artifact, and not so much as a thank you? We had to release the binding and everything! Well, I mean, it kind of released on its own, but still! Let's wrap this up and head home, so I can get some quality sauna time. Hilda needs a steaming.
Okay. I've never used the sauna, but I guess since I bought the DLC for this, it implies that I have access to it.
The 4 apostles. Finally, it makes sense.
Let's see if we can get her to say some more about this.
I never understood why my village was hidden away from the rest of the world. But now I finally get it. What a relief.
What village?
My head's gonna explode if I keep thinking about all this complicated junk. For now, we just need to focus on rescuing Elfric and sniffing out some answers. I know it's been one crisis after another, but you're still game to help us, yeah? We need you, pal.
Is Elfric an enemy or an ally? He's worked tirelessly to protect Abyss for years and years. Yet, had House Nouvelle not met such a terrible fate, I would never have come to Garrick Mach. And Noah's bloodline would never... Can his kidnapping really be a simple coincidence? Or...
I suppose it's all out in the open. Now you know just what I'm capable of. The church would have destroyed me ages ago if it wasn't for a certain someone having my back. My life was spared. It's a debt I intend to pay, no matter the cost.
Oh, actually, speaking of that, occasionally prevents enemy counterattacks when using a weapon, but I guess you have to land the hit, because we saw it fail to activate, or like it activated and then didn't actually kill when the when he didn't hit. Also, it occurs to me I've completely forgotten what this does. If unit is not near an ally, it grants attack +3 when in combat with. Oh, that would explain why his damage values sometimes seem a little all over the place. In addition to Lucky 7. Sometimes restores HP equal to yeah, so that's just the same as Claude's. Right, we knew that. Recovery magic? She doesn't even have what? Why? That's so dumb. That is so dumb. Ugh.
Intriguing.
Professor? Huh. I can't believe my wild hypothesis was correct. I may not look it, but I'm shocked. It's like casting a line and thinking you've landed the big one, but then you reel it in and it setteth. Okay, that was a weird analogy. The point is, I'm very, very shocked.
Well, I mean, that was a weird analogy, but on the other hand, you have a point about setteth.
Is that so? To be honest, I'm surprised Lady Rhea was so willing to just hand over the chalice like that. Doesn't the church consider it important? I know she said they wouldn't be able to use it, but something doesn't feel right.
Well, I mean, one reasonable way of interpreting that would be it's not the real thing, it's all a misdirection or something. But really, I think it's just the whole, like, Lady Rhea just is willing to do, like, literally anything where Byleth is involved. Oh wait, there was something in here? It's so random that they did this way, that you get, like, back-to-back exploration phases. Are we ever gonna get to talk to this dang fortune teller? Kinda annoying me.
The descendants of the 4 apostles. Fascinating. To think that their bloodlines carried on in secret, right under our noses. One was even disguised as imperial nobility. House Nouvelle was thought to be descended from St. Macuel, but that was a fabrication. How did they manage to avoid detection for so many generations?
It's a fair question.
There is danger here, because we could be attacked. But the same danger is there for me on the surface. The only way to leave the danger is to disappear.
Okay. I really hope that mysterious woman amounts to something.
Those lost crests. They must all have their own relics, don't you think? But before we dig into a new mystery, we better figure out the ones we're already working on. I have a theory, but actually scratch that. No use guessing when our answers await at the chapel ruins.
I don't see why they would have relics, actually, right? Because the relics were the weapons of the elites, and these apostles didn't, like, there weren't necessarily corresponding elites. Like, we already know, although, I mean, obviously, Balthus has a relic, so, and so does Yuri. That's kind of weird, now that I think about it. Why do they have relics? I mean, I guess there's no rule that says that there couldn't have been, like, a whole bunch more relics, because all they needed was, like, you know, dragon parts or whatever, but...
So it is. Lost crests? Elfric's objective? Since our journey's outset, the mystery has only deepened. Ah, please, forgive me. Musing aloud isn't going to get us anywhere. For now, let's finish our preparations. I fear a battle is imminent.
Well, yeah, that's how these games work, Dimitri.
Hey there.
Yuri somehow always keeps his cool. He's closer with Elfric than anyone, so he's got the most reason to be upset. I'm sure he's just really good at hiding the same feelings we're all having.
Sounds about right. Oh, look, the kids are back.
The Ashen Wolves can take on anything. They'll make sure it all turns out okay, won't they?
Sure.
It was surface people who took Elfric away. But you're from the surface too. Maybe only some surface people are the worst.
Ha!
Anyway, good luck.
Yes. Well spotted.
Hey there.
Please. Elfric dies, Abyss will go right back to being the garbage dump it was before. Won't matter too much for an old codger like myself, but with the kids, it'd be hard to see their hopes for the future crushed.
I mean, what hopes do they actually have down here anyway? Nothing super exciting, I can't imagine.
Maybe you think this is a bad time to talk about what we drink down here. But I'm gonna anyway. See, the problem isn't in the local ingredients. It's what's getting shipped in that's the issue. With the right equipment, we could probably make our own. Cut out the need to import anything. Hell, maybe we could even export some of it. As soon as Elfric's back, I'm gonna see what he thinks of the idea.
That makes a lot of sense,
make
actually.
Sure Elfric comes back safe.
You need a local economy to be able to like sustain yourselves down here, not rely on other people's charity.
If the church knows that Elfric's been abducted, why haven't the Knights of Seiros done anything? I know you're all doing your best. I just hope it'll be enough. We can't afford to lose him.
Hey you, listen up. I've got something to report. Guess that's pretty usual here. Maybe it's not worth reporting. Perhaps I should say nothing to report? Nah, tried it on, doesn't feel right. In any case, about Master Elfric. Bring him back to us, okay? For my part, I'll look after things down here. If our enemy shows up, I'll stay by my post. I mean, I have to eat and stuff, but I'll come right back. Count on it.
Okay, man.
Hey, friend. Let's not deny that there's a connection between us. How about you and me have ourselves a little date, huh?
What? That came out of nowhere. That's the line they use to talk about Claude. Oh my gosh. How do I respond to this? Maybe it doesn't matter, but it could matter. Let's express our confusion.
When the bell strikes midnight, meet me out front of the Holy Mausoleum. My only condition is that you arrive promptly after midnight, and not a moment before. What say you?
The Holy Mausoleum?
All will be revealed when you arrive. Nobles have nearly killed one another fighting for my affections, you know. Perhaps you won't get all you want out of me. But I'll promise you a fun time regardless.
Wow.
It's settled. I'll see you tomorrow night, friend. Don't stand me up.
So I'm not even getting a choice in this. Wow, okay.
Your Grace, please reconsider. The chalice is among the Church's greatest treasures, akin to even the heroes' relics.
I am well aware, which is why I have already dealt with the matter. Consider this. The heroes' relics are fearsome weapons imbued with great power. On the contrary, the chalice has long lost the power it once possessed. It is little more than a token of history.
If that is so, then why is it still considered such an important artifact?
It was created for a sacred purpose. To use the blood of the 4 apostles to return the goddess to our world. Their blood.
Your Grace, is something the matter?
I have
She
an
just
urgent mission.
realized it.
Investigate the origins of the Ashen Wolves. Start with their enrollment forms for the Academy. Keep an eye out for falsified documents.
Yes, of course. Understood.
Before you begin,
Why is
summon all
Sedith
the
not part of this?
I have new orders for the knights as well.
Now that I think about it, the fact that she was talking to Eloise at the beginning, this all makes me wonder if they couldn't get Sedith's voice actor for some
We
reason.
haven't a moment to lose. Another tragedy is soon to transpire.
Like, that's the only reason I can think of they wouldn't involve him in this at all.
That crumbly old chapel somewhere nearby, or what?
I can play little part here, save perhaps as a bargaining chip for our dear Elfric.
Getting yourself captured instead? That wouldn't be good at all, Constance.
I think we should be more worried about B's appearance. I mean, he's got way more, life experience than the rest of us. And all that life experience makes you look more like a knight than a student, B.
You saying I'm old, pal? Don't forget, you're speaking to the ageless king of fumbling.
She's not wrong, Balti. There's a pretty big age gap between you two.
You're friends with Hilda's older brother, right? That explains your maturity. You make Hubert look like a spring chicken.
Can it, will ya? Anyway, I'm wearing a school uniform. No way in hell they'll think I'm a knight.
Yeah, and anyone wearing a school uniform is without a doubt a student.
Honest, for a good while, I actually did think you might be a knight. Who made your uniforms and set up the Ashen Wolf House?
Alfric, of course.
If I might so humbly interject, that would be Elfric.
He pulled everything together for us. Sometime after he was appointed as the Guardian of Abyss. Said he wanted to give former students who were expelled from the Academy somewhere to live. Somewhere to belong. Of course, all of this was established long before any of us were in the picture.
Perhaps. After hearing all of that, it's not as unbelievable as I'd thought.
All I know is that he helped me, so I'll help him.
I strongly doubt that I shall factor into Elfric's retrieval, but I shall follow your lead.
There it is. We owe Elfric. Maybe your goddess doesn't care about debts, but my fists and I sure do.
Sorry to have roped you into all this, friend. We owe you. Just stick with us a bit longer, won't you?
This is great! Has me ready to get to it and start hitting things.
Oh, the synchronized nod. What's up?
Ever since I was a kid, I've lived my life by one rule. That I'd only play my hand if I was guaranteed victory. I've gotten this far by using my cunning in any way necessary. Lying, cheating, even killing when there was no other way. But this next play? Well, the odds don't exactly seem to be in my favor. Not unless you trust me enough to provide me with an ace. Never you mind, friend. Let's just go.
Okay. Sieged in the Chapel Ruins, featuring Takumi. This guy!
Yes, you've arrived. You certainly took your sweet time.
You've got to be kidding me.
Fuck. Why have you come?
Save you, of course. You didn't really think we'd just up and abandon you,
But then we
did
would
ya?
know.
If I may be so bold, we have the chalice you seek. Might I humbly request that you return Elfric?
You found the chalice? When I told you of it, I never imagined you'd...
Let's make sure it's not some cheap imitation.
hand it over.
Not until you hand over the hostage. There needs to be some degree of a trusting exchange here.
I can see you don't understand your own predicament. We've no issue killing the lot of you and taking it either way.
I can't tell if this guy's ears are stuffed with wool or if he's just this stupid.
Can't say I'm surprised. Thugs like this aren't about to show us any gesture of sincerity.
Yuri, stand down. Leave me. Take the chalice and flee. You must. It is irreplaceable. You must not hand it to these brigands.
You know us better than that. We didn't come here without a plan.
Oh, she's gonna summon monsters.
Wait, do what thing?
Seriously? Right now?
Now, Happy?
Fine.
Her sigh. She...
It's so ridiculous. Why is this even a thing?
I've got to say, that sigh of hers never gets old.
Yeah, glad you like the show. It's not like it's a gift I asked for.
Where did that thing come from?
Absolute cowards. How entertaining. Balthus, will you do the honors?
Leave it to me, boss. I got... Damn!
Hey, Balthus, quit screwing around. Oh. Wow. It flew off of him.
What?
I'll sort it out. At least we got Elfric back in one piece. Now to handle these fools.
Cheap party tricks. Let's make these children scream.
His model does not match his portrait there. Having him show up here is so weird. Between him and the Death Knight. I mean, that makes it seem like Edelgard is the motivating influence behind all of this. Either that or Metodi is a member of those who slither? I didn't get that impression in like the regular playthrough, but yep, here we are in the Holy Mausoleum. Or not Holy Mausoleum, chapel? It's the chapel. Yeah, that is... Oh, there's still a chest here that we can open. This is a route? Okay. Wait, is Elfric on the field? It said if he dies, but where is he? Balthus is over here, which is honestly kind of hilarious. Maybe Elfric just hasn't been deployed yet, and he'll be deployed after I start the battle. Oh, no, wait, there he is. I just can't see. He's a monk? A monk? Pathetic. He's got commander, though. That's cool, I guess. He's got some steel weapons for some reason. He's got fire, heal, recover, and Nosferatu. And Bolganon. Okay. Wait, commander is his personal skill. Oh, that's interesting. Minor Crest of Saros. Huh. That's kind of weird. Does that mean he's related to Edelgard? Or is the Crest of Saros more widespread than that? Huh. There are some things about this I find confusing. Oh look, heroes. There's a commander over here. Is it just the two of them? Yeah, it looks like it. More money. All these guys. Large bullion. Oh, nice. Okay. Well, I think I'm gonna, well, I'm definitely gonna stop the episode here. So, yeah, but let me see if I can summarize, like, what I'm expecting to happen / what remains to be seen. So why is he here? Maybe he's just a thug for hire, and he actually just gets hired by either Twisted or the Empire, or both. Like, does Edelgard know who he is at this point? I should try to get her to fight him, although that might be pretty dangerous for her. But it'd be cool to see... I guess she could just throw a hand axe at him. It'd be cool to see what happens with that. If he, like, says anything to her, she says anything to him. I'll try to set that up. So that's one question. The other question is, does it mean anything that he has the crest of Saros? The other question is, like, what did Elfric do or know when he was setting up the Ashen Wolves? Like, did Rhea clearly think something was up? I think she's probably right. But obviously he didn't tell her about it. Yeah, I think that pretty much covers it. Alright, well, maybe we'll get some of those questions answered next episode or beyond. But that'll do it for now. Thanks for watching, and until next time.